Constitution worked because it was a blood right oath.
Okay.
And the blood right tied us to the George Washington challenge because the Constitution, the original Constitution, was taken away and rewritten in the blood of a guy named Crispus Attucks. Type him in.
All right, Christus Atticus.
Yep. CRISPUS ATTICKS.
They spell that last name Atticus.
You gotta spell his first name and last name will pop up. PUSCRISPUS.
I got you.
Yeah,
Last
there you
name
go.
was what?
First one. That one.
A Nubian brother.
You see the one right there with the writing on it to tell you a little bit about him? Yeah.
Yeah, free black man living in Boston.
Blow that up.
Time of, all right, let me see. Can I blow it up for you? We can't go for that free black man junk no more, man. They hustle on. That's their hustle game. Yeah, free black man living in Boston during the time of Boston massacre. Possible descendant of the Wampanoag Indians, and yeah, we know he a descendant. Ain't no possible. They burning their game, and the African American slaves were referred in the Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1964 speech. Died instantly from a bullet at the Boston massacre. You know that was a setup, Rod. Go ahead.
Now remember, I told you this who blood the Constitution was written in.
Instantly at a massacre. Go ahead.
You hear me? This is whose blood the original. Yeah, the Constitution was written in his blood. That's why we couldn't break it. That's why it took us so long to break it, because they used the blood of the righteous to write the contract. Notice he the first person killed.
Go ahead, man.
They using Babylonian blood magic. Right. And they wrote the Constitution in his blood. This is what make us have to go into the conjure war, because now we locked into the contract that they call the Constitution. Type in original Constitution.
That's crazy, bro. That's good stuff right here, bro.
It's in the George Washington Memorial, I believe. Your mitochondrial frequency is putting more energy into your DNA, which is making your auric field expand out further than it normally would. You're moving into what you call your matriarchal position now, which is a high mother's seat. Right, so your mother instincts are sharp, keen, and you protective of the children, and these are the things that's driving your mitochondria to continuously expand this energy into the DNA. When this happens, your chakras, right? Your chakras are gotta have to be aligned. If they don't, then the harmony is in disarray. Once you start aligning the chakras, it plays a beautiful musical symphony. The songs are the spheres, which is all chakras playing in harmony together. And it's a combination of grounding, spiritual baths, and cleanses. And you got the cleanses out the way. So now you just at the spiritual baths and the grounding and the me time. You got to have your me time. Because that's where you start to reorganize all of that stuff in your me time.
Okay.
I appreciate the call, sis.
Yes, thanks. Peace, peace.
Take it. Peace, peace. All right, let's get to the next caller. Let's get to Miko. Miko. What's up, Miko? You got a question? Yeah.
You live on stage, girl.
Miko. I don't think she knows.
She
I
must
can't
got
hear
a-
you. I can't hear you.
Are you on mute?
I can't hear you. It's her computer. She's not on mute on my end. We can't hear you, Miko. Yeah, Miko, we can't hear you. All right, Miko, I'm gonna have to let you go. Let me see if she.
Nope. She
Yeah,
probably don't have a microphone on the computer.
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Go to the next caller.
Taze.
Hi, nice to meet both. My
Peace,
name is
peace. What's your, how you say your name?
Thais.
Thais. All right. What's your question, Thais?
So so everyone has a very different opinion on this, but I just want to hear your take on it, Rod Hayes, because you're an extremely smart person. So I just want to hear what you have to say. So what time frame would you say like you should have like your gold, your land, and all your like stuff in order by? Because I'm like in the process of getting my stuff in order, but I want to know like I like knowing different people's perspectives, if that makes sense.
You mean for your personal life path? At what age should you have all your goals accomplished or met? Or
Yeah.
so that's individual by individual. First off, because your goals are not my goals. My goals are not your goals. And you set your goals based on the ability you have to achieve it now, or what do you have to learn in order to be good at whatever it is that's going to allow you to accomplish your goal. If I wanted to be the heavyweight champion in the world, I should have started training 50 years ago, 40 years ago when I was 10, right? But I didn't train to be the heavyweight champion in the world then. So that was an unrealistic goal if I had it at 10 years old, or it was a dream, a fantasy, right? Anything that you get, whatever your goal is, you have to do what's called a self-evaluation. Where am I at right now in accomplishing this goal? Right? What do I know about it? I want to be a hair tech, but I ain't never did hair a day in my life. Well, the first thing I need to do is find somewhere where somebody can teach me the basics of doing hair. Right? Because I can't set a goal to be a hair tech with my own salon and I can't do hair. I can get the salon, but I wanted to be the tech that's doing it. I can't participate in it, and that's an unrealistic expectation. And so that would be a good goal. But if I set the goal, I know, okay, well, it's going to take me this amount of time to learn how to do this type of hair, right? And then from there, it's going to take me this amount of time to implement a business model that allows me to get to that part where now I've successfully become a nail tech with my own salon, right? So it becomes your ability to map and plot your program determines when it's the attainability of the goal. If you want to be a doctor, the earlier you start studying medicine, the better, right? So my nephew was 6, told me he wanted to be a doctor. Told me when he was 8, I sent him a Merck manual of medicine, and I sent him a medical encyclopedic dictionary. He needed to know the language, and he needed to know what they using to treat what. Then later on, I could send him something on homeopathy to start steering toward a naturopathic physician's mindset, because there's a herb for every ailment of the body. So your goals are contingent upon your preparation and your deadlines. How well will you be in plotting your path? It's individual by individual.
I appreciate your call, sis.
Thank you.
All right, peace. All right. Let's get to another one. Our connection seems to be.
Don't say nothing. Just keep doing what we doing.
Just keep doing what we doing. Let's get to Candy Kane. What's good, Candy Kane? You got a question for Rod Hayes?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm hearing a delay. I'm hearing more than one.
You
It's like
sound
I'm
muffled.
hearing two voices at one time.
Is your microphone covered up or something on your phone?
We can't hear
I
you.
do. So, hi, how you doing? How do you overcome your fears? Like earlier you spoke about fear.
Nah, yeah. Can't hear you good.
It's not. Can you hear me now?
It's
Like it's a
just,
delay.
Yeah, man.
Can you hear me?
so you asked for strategies on how to overcome fears, right?
Yes, and how do you spiritually protect yourself?
Okay, so spiritual protection falls under the category of psychic self-defense. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. The basics of spiritual baths and grounding are the most basic forms of psychic self-defense you can do. The next things that you need to learn how to do is take spiritual baths to clean your spiritual self, just like you do your physical self. You learn all this stuff, and it helps you to be able to develop psychic self-defense until you start learning other methods. Like, you got candle magic for defense, incense magic, you have oil magic, you have Florida water magic, all these different forms of protections that you can use. Crystal magic is one of the best, and protection stones. So you studying things spiritually to help you protect yourself spiritually, right? So it falls under psychic self-defense. Protect the mind, protect the spirit.
Indeed. All right. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for calling in tonight. You want to do one more, Rob? What you think? Or you want to?
Yeah, let's keep going. See if we can get a couple more in.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to brother Troy Benz.
Yes, thank you.
Troy Benz.
Peace, brother. Peace to both of
Peace,
y'all.
What's
peace.
that?
I've been waiting.
All
Thank
right.
you, Rich, for what you're doing, and Rod for being the truth. I've heard that this channel speak on this subject a couple of times. I was just wondering if you could expound on how, if you have a separation from your physical family, I think it was Sister Myra Moss that said you become closer with your spiritual family. Is that true, especially when you start stepping closer to the truth?
Okay, sometimes your physical family is your spiritual family, and sometimes you born into a family where you a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Even the lone wolf at some point in his life is going to form a pack. The only difference between the lone wolf is called a Zeta wolf. And the difference between him and a regular alpha is everybody on his team is carefully selected. You don't want nobody that ain't like him. So there's normally later in life, they normally live 2 or 3 years longer than a regular wolf pack. And they normally have a stronger pack while they're functional, but the pack have a tendency to break apart because that trait is pronounced in the alphas to become zetas. To become the lone wolf, then that's because they have the drive to form their own pack and to be the leader of their own crew, their own clan. This how you have high chiefs, then you got scout chiefs, you got local chiefs, and then you got national chiefs. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. Like all of the chiefs on the land know, even if you don't know they chiefs, you know who Tukey is, you know who Larry Hoover is, you know who Angel Bay is. We all know who they is. Right? And out of the despised and rejected, they the most loved and most respected. Right? And that's us. That's how we know how to find us in the darkness.
Hey Troy, I appreciate your question, my brother.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right, peace. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to Bruja, the truth.
What's going on, girl?
Hey, you guys, how are you? Finally, I get to talk to you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. It's kind of loud,
Very
but I
good.
can.
Yeah, I do apologize. 1 second. So, I was watching the forum and kind of going, well, I don't have like a lot of questions. I'm glad a lot of people's things are being fulfilled, but I actually did find one thus far. I've been very privileged to have some amazing intuition and what I thought when I was walking my Christian walk, what was prophetic skills. I mean, they still are. And the universe just has a way of delivering things. So my biggest question is, because it was presented to me in the beginning of my walk, tarot cards. And I had a young lady that talked to who also experienced a very similar thing. And she kind of had some questions and doubts based on what we were told about them and how it was delivered to us. And I have them, and I've utilized them in the proper way and always made sure to meditate and do the things that were necessary. I've never gotten negative results, but I know that reading people and doing readings is it's a gift. And so I wanted to know where tarot cards fell for us in that particular instance.
Well, when I'm talking to the chiefs, only the ones that come from priest lands do I recommend oracle reading. But tarot cards was created by Tahuti to learn the language for you to remote view and scroll creation. It's just a training set. You already have the skill. You just need a tool to help you train. Bodybuilders don't carry the weights on the stage with them. They just carry the result, right? Well, when you doing tarot readings, you just got somebody in the gym. Because sooner or later, the card's just going to be there just to be sitting on the table while you're talking.
Deep.
You know, that's just training wheels. The runes, the same thing. The I Ching, the cowrie shells, the entrails, those are just training wheels to look at the imprint that nature has on things and see it as a message as opposed to something to fear. And most of these things are barred from us by a barrier of fear, by demonizing and villainizing them. I just got a new deck and I'm waiting on the deck to come in the mail.
I got 3 decks in 1 week. they dropped in my lap 3 decks in 1 week, and one is probably is almost as old as me. It's almost 40. That deck is almost 40 years old, and it came from the universe. I'm not going to say seemingly nowhere, but it was presented to me, and I was kind of like at first shied away, and then a few practices, but I wasn't sure quite where that was in my walk. But it fit niche wise. I just want to make sure it was well within the process of things. Thank you so much, you guys.
All right, I appreciate the call. Pieces. All right, let's get to it.
Look, everything that we use to develop our higher consciousness, they turned it into something evil.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that keep you from, you want to be a good, righteous individual. I ain't give a fuck, but you want to be a good, righteous individual. So you trying to do everything that the belief system you fall in says is right and righteous. And it puts the barrier of fear in a position where if you're trying to be righteous, you don't even want to look over there. That's called getting stuck to the right. You can't even find out if you're getting the truth because you're so busy trying to be righteous. You overcompensating for the right. Right? You stuck to the right. That's how you get deceived being righteous. You can be righteous.
This right here with Lil Pump. Yeah. So and then not to mention he pardoned Kodak Black. I don't know what that was about. And Kodak Black must have, he pardoned Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, a couple more other guys, man, in the rap game.
Look, y'all gonna sleep on Kodak Black. Kodak Black his family's totem is the black bear.
Okay.
And they little, they ferocious, and they smart.
Like a koala.
Don't sleep on Kodak Black. Don't sleep on Kodak Black because talk a little like this here. You don't really know what a nigga be saying. Kodak Black up in you. Man, don't pay that country boys, man. We find a way to always seem dumber than our mark. That's always going to keep us in the position of outsmarting the motherfuckers and thought they were smart.
Yeah.
Because they underestimate our intelligence. Because we have a country slang, a country drawl, right? But this is why my parents, one of my things my father said to me, he said we had to move you to the city so you didn't talk with that country drawl.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? He said, because people tend to think that you ignorant if you talk with the country drawl. So I decided to add colorful epithets because that's a family tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Them F-bombs I be dropping. Right? That's to express the discontent with the politics. Because there's no way that I can stand here and be politically correct when the politics is all wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to shock consciousness sometimes in order to make people pay attention to the absurdity of the go along, get along dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So Trump is the reenactment of the JFK. JFK had a whole program that he would have been able to play out had he not been assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
And it was turning the world's military into peacekeeping forces. And instead of going to war with everybody, we would be trying to feed and clothe and shelter as many people as possible. But not just food, clothing, and shelter, develop the area around what the area develops, if you know what I mean. So one of the things that I was going to teach, like in parts of Africa, I was going to teach rabbit farming because you can harvest large quantities of meat in a short turnover time. And you can, you know, do this consistently under the farming conditions to industrialize third world nations. The whole thing is we wanted to use individual farms and not use slaughterhouse networks. That means only feed the people in your area, because that way you can feed on demand. You don't have to just be senselessly killing. Do you know how much of that shit that go to waste every year?
Right. Go ahead.
Right. So they killing thousands and thousands of cows, but only hundreds are being eaten. Right. So this is an offset because most of it go bad one way or another. Either we cook it and don't eat it all. Right. Sometimes we cook it. Sometimes we leave it in the refrigerator too long and it go bad. Sometimes it go bad at the stores. Right. And then they have to get rid of it. Right. So all that's excessive killing that's bringing negative energy to bring the people's senses to this level of savagery is part of the Babylonian blood magic. So that's why all these slaughterhouses is being shut down. So when we going back to the Divine Mother, we know Melania knew how to flip the sands as the first lady. She was mirroring Jackie Onassis. And Jackie Onassis was in office when the mother of the Nation of Islam was Clara Muhammad. That means that the mother of the Nation of Islam today would be Khadija Muhammad. If the mirror is accurate, that would update the Black Madonna data to bring us into a more modern time to determine the accuracy of the information. The only thing we got to verify, as we did this before, is that she got to have a daughter named Madonna in order to claim herself as the Black Madonna, which make her be Khadija, mother of the righteous. Right? So you go on a scavenger hunt. So type in Donna Farrakhan. Let's just see if she got a daughter. Named Donna. Now I'm gonna use my family to fact check this. I'm gonna show you how it worked.
There you go, right there, Rod.
So this is
Boom.
Donna Farrakhan, daughter of the minister Elijah. The minister Farrakhan and mother Khadijah, right? You see the picture of her right there with the green on, second from where you at.
This one right
Now,
here.
remember I told you, no, the one you had just before this.
Right here. Right there.
Yeah, that. Now,
Yeah,
remember,
go
I
ahead.
told you, in order for me to fact check this, it has to match something in my family. I have to
ahead.
be able to do what's called a family flip to verify the information, and then I'll know that I'm accurate. Can you
Right, go ahead.
zoom in on this picture?
Man, it's right here. We getting right into it, man. Hold on, can I blow it up? Hold up. Let's see. Dang, I didn't want to do that. All right. Oh man. Okay, there. Hold on. Let me try something. Let me blow it up. Oh, right. It won't let me get it no bigger than that, bro. I wonder what's
Okay,
going on.
well,
Hold on, let me try this. Skip. All right, hold on, Rod. I'm gonna try something else. Let me try to save it again, but I'm gonna save it in that folder. Save it. Let's save it in that folder right there. Unable to direct it. Oh, it's not gonna save it now. Wonder what's wrong with that picture there? Why I won't save? Hold on, let me try something
okay,
else.
let's go. Let's just go to it. Let's just go to it. Let's go to
All
it.
right, there you go right there.
So when I do the mirrors, she looked like my auntie Pam,
Okay.
right? Pam flips map backwards. My
Okay.
auntie Pam have a daughter named Donna,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So Auntie Pam, it flips the map to match the Black Madonna off of a witch's brew on a knock to a
Okay.
knockback, right?
Okay.
So her daughter Donna's favorite color is green, which is my mama's favorite color,
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
right? On the blue house knock to a red house knockback, the color that drapes the green represents my mama's favorite color over
Okay.
the red, which is my mama's home lodge, which is the red house, which is the house of the blood right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So for other people, it doesn't mean what it means for me personally. But remember, we just turning the key on the Vatican to show you how the seats have been moved.
Okay.
Right. So if Mother Khadijah is Donna's mother, and Donna's mother for me had the map, then Donna Farrakhan's mother must be on the map.
Go ahead.
On the comparative analysis on a singularity closing in on a hometown flip.
Okay.
Right? So once we establish that we know who the four winds are, or the four kings, that's the four kingdoms.
Go ahead.
Right? We know who is the opener of the way on the crooked man walking across the land. We know who returns with the mother plane, right?
Go ahead.
The mother plane is the mother's P lane, and the P lane is the pussy lane, and the pussy is the cat. And the cat is the black cat, and the black cat is the Black Panther.
Go ahead.
And the Black Panther is the symbol for the priests at war when they go into stealth mode. But the symbols represent the blackbird on what we call the African house, the African crow. The African crow is represented as the blackbird returning from the crossroads.
Okay.
So type in, go to the Crow, type in quotes. Go to quotes to the Google, type in Crow quotes. Because at the end of the day, it got to take us back to who is God. Type mother behind it. You can either read